Good evening. You are watching a live edition of INFOWARS Nightly News. I am David Ortiz, and it is Tuesday, the 12th of February of 2013. Now, the top story as of right now is fugitive Christopher Dorner. It seems that local law enforcement authorities in Big Bear, California, seem to be surrounding him. And news is still incoming right now. They surrounded him in a cabin in the Big Bear area in Big Bear, California. Our very own Alex Jones wants to comment on the matter. Alex.
Absolutely, David. We've got a lot of breaking news here, but if you read his manifesto, it's like he went to INFOWARS.com and then responded to it and disagreed with everything. Worshipping Hillary Clinton, worshipping Obama, worshipping Biden, worshipping taking the citizens' guns. And he's only mad he was kicked out of his cult because he saw a cop beat somebody up. He claims he goes and kills cops' daughters. I don't call that a vigilante or a hero. I call that scum. And more there are witnesses that have seen him shooting and doing things. It looks like he is the guy behind all this. It's still alleged. But 2 hours ago, about an hour into this crisis, when this all started and they surrounded the cabin he was reportedly in, and he had this big shootout and there was video of it, I predicted, well, quite frankly, I said, what do you think is going to happen? And Marcos Morales said, I bet they burn them up like Waco. And I said, that's right. And I'm shooting a video right now on that because the default is to burn them up. When somebody's killed cops, they burn them up and say, oh, they burned themselves up at Waco with a bunch of little kids inside. They could have picked Koresh up in town any time. They wanted a PR stunt. They tried to burn out Randy Weaver, but the news media was there and didn't follow orders to get back. And they saw a helicopter with a bladder, a controlled bucket that you can remote control at the bottom of the helicopter to open up and dump gasoline. Then they just simply shoot a flare into it. This is the real handbook. You burn people out. If they ever try to gun confiscate and start a civil war, they're going to burn gun owners out. That's why you can't wait at your house. That said, I think what has happened here and what he's alleged to have done has been disgraceful. I think it shows how sick the culture is and how successful the divide and conquer has been, that the establishment, the foreign banks that have occupied our country, that a lot of people, even CBS News, ABC News Report, are saying he's a rock star. They're saying he's a hero. Even if he did it or not, they think he did. They're saying kill more cops. Random cops. The average cop is a good person. I've met hundreds of them. Thousands of them are listeners. They call in all the time. I've had police help change tires, help me when I've had a wreck. You don't just randomly go kill cops. It's one thing if he went and killed some cop, did something wrong to him. That'd be bad enough outside of this law, unless you're defending yourself. You don't have a right to do that. But just to kill somebody's daughter. So people need to understand, though, we know what we're talking about. And we're going to play this video in a moment and then let you get back to the news, and we'll cover this tomorrow on the radio. But I shot this video 2 hours ago. It's time-stamped, and two subsequent videos after that. But I shot a fourth video just minutes before we went live, and I threw on my sports jacket and stuff and came in here right out there in the control room because I was checking the YouTube video to make sure that it had been posted at INFOWARS.com. I shot it 2 hours ago. I was checking INFOWARS.com, and I saw comments going, 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, damn, Alex is right. How did he predict this? How did he know this? It's on fire. They're burning him out Waco style. And sure enough, that's what's happened. Now, that's a 95% chance they've burned him out. There's a 5% chance, because he's been trained by them, that just like he burned up his pickup truck, supposedly, there's about a 5% chance he burned up the hostages inside or something and used that as a diversion to flee. So, in fact, maybe it's a 10% chance, because I started thinking about that, but it's totally surrounded. I don't know if he can get out of there. So that's why I'd say 95% chance he is dead. He has been burned up, because they know flashbangs. Oh, they're saying a flashbang might have started it. Flashbangs don't start fires. They're not designed to. They can burn you if they land right on you. There have been cases of it going in a baby's crib through a window and giving them a little bit of a powder burn. This stinks to high heaven. As I saw CNN and the police commissioner of New York, the former police commissioner, going, oh, flashbangs start fires, and then the ammo makes it burn red like that. No, it doesn't. It's his ammo. Guns are bad. His ammo did it. Really? Oh, there's all those cops out there with guns to protect themselves. Checkpoints 20 miles away, aiming guns at people and their families. They don't do that when a regular killer's out killing people. They do it when the brotherhood gets killed. And that's what people don't like, is that police are the new lower room of royalty. And then it's the politicians and the bureaucrats, and above them, the foreign mega banks, the UN with diplomatic immunity. But I don't want to have a civil war with the cops. The globalists are going to try to distract us. I don't want to have a civil war with the cops. I want to get them to wake up that they're being screwed by the globalists as well, and the crony anti-free market capitalism where the establishment picks the winners and losers. That's why I've been talking so much about how they're trying to stage a civil war. Now they're saying that. And now people are saying, go out and kill more cops. That creates an us against them mentality, and now the police have been militarized for a war with the people. We want them to go back to being peace officers. A military kills people and breaks things and occupies a nation. And then the people always become angry at the occupiers. And that's what's artificially trying to be staged to wreck America, because the globalists can't come in here and bring in total collectivism overnight. They want to have a civil war to wreck it, and then on its ashes build their collectivist model where only the 1/10 of 1% are exempt and offshore. That's their big paradigm. David, this video of where I predicted this about 2 hours and 10 minutes ago is coming up here, and I'll let you get back to the news. But what are your observations about this whole thing?
Well, I mean, what's shocking is, like you had stated earlier, that many people are supporting this individual. They're talking about his manifesto, how it's honorable, what he stated on Facebook, people saying, you know, keep on killing those pigs, keep on killing those pigs. So how people are spinning this, making this individual out to be a hero, is such an odd dynamic.
But see, that's collectivism. You got Jamie Foxx saying white people are stupid and he's going to kill white people, and it's funny. You've got Chris Rock saying Obama's our father. He never said that about Bush, who I didn't like, by the way. It's not like I'm defending him. It's just, it's so sick that he hated Bush, but now Obama's our father, and we need to, quote, shut up and do what he says. And now it's a people against the police. And see, the cops have bought into that, especially in big cities, and played into that, and have been above the law, so now they're all guilty. But I mean, see how that groupthink works? Because he saw a cop, Dorner claims, kick a suspect. He didn't go to the media. He didn't, you know, he went to the corrupt system. They reportedly, if you believe it, I'm sure somebody that's willing to shoot people's daughters to get at them. There's more to the story than what he claims in his manifesto. You know, if somebody wrongs me, I'm going to go after them. And I'm going to exhaust everything that's nonviolent first. That's just common sense, self-preservation. The fact that he would go after a daughter of a police captain and kill him, people are like, that's honorable, let's kill their families. What the hell? The law of war, the rules of war are you don't mess with people's family. You want to mess with me, you think I've done something, you want to come after me, do it. Leave my family out of it. And this is just insane. And then look at the cops, too. It shows their crazy culture in Southern California, because there's some of the worst there, statistically, from what we've seen. They shoot up 2 cars with a white guy in it. They stop and then shoot him up. And they shoot up 2 women on a paper route in a different color truck, not even the same make or model, and they're shooting up other people. I mean, it shows a hysteria. What's your take on that?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see also. Another dynamic is what roles drones played in this, because he was the first civilian to be chased around by a drone. And supposedly these,
which isn't really true. They used them in North Dakota on the rustlers, but yeah, but the media says that. You're right.
Right. So that's an interesting dynamic as well. Yeah, I mean, look, he's been cornered. There's it's going to be interesting to see what turns out as a result.
Exactly. That cabin was completely surrounded. That's why I'm saying it probably wasn't him torching himself as a diversion to escape. If that's the case, he probably got shot trying to leave, because they've got that thing surrounded by hundreds of paramilitary trained SWAT teams. It's a turkey shoot. And again, there is a 1 chance out of 100 that there was a mass murder by police. They're blaming it on Dorner. He's been dead for a week and a half in this cabin off season that nobody'd rented. I mean, again, I'm looking at past patterns. 1% chance of that. Maybe 4 or 5% chance that you know, he's already escaped the cabin. This is a diversion. I'd give it a 95. He's dead right now, barbecued in there, because they've already lost. 1 more cop got killed today in the shootout. So that's 6 people shot, 4 of them dead. And that's what they do. And quite frankly, if I was police sent up there, I'm not going in there with some guy trained on the tactics who's going to sit there and cut me in half with, you know, 30 weapons he's got. I mean, that's the tactics, burn them out. It's just that we've got to hear, oh, the flashbang did it, or he burned himself up. Like, you know, and again, Waco's inexcusable, because it's oh my gosh, I said it. It's 17 little children under the age of 10. It was like 30-something people under the age of 18. Here's what just hit me. They reportedly had 2 hostages in there. They reportedly had 2 hostages in there. Dorner did. Let's pray to God that was a false report, because I'm telling you, I know how the feds and the police work. They'd burn up 2 elderly people in a minute, so they wouldn't have to.
You're talking about the ones that he tied up? He tied up 2 hostages, took their car, and then drove off?
Yeah, but now they're saying he may have had them there, though.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, no one knows. That's what I'm saying. Different reports. But I'm telling you, if they'd kill 17 little kids, 10 of them under the age of 2, I mean, babies, 17 under the age of 10 at Waco, I mean, they would burn up a house with Randy Weaver. They got caught trying to do it. I mean, it just shows that now in a real police force or more rural areas, you've seen stuff happen where cops charge in and get killed trying to save a family. Or you saw the old, Austin cops go up the tower with a citizen and shoot the tower shooter. In the old days, you have peace officers on average that were better. They were willing to die to help people. They signed on to be real heroes, to be real warriors for, for the tribe. It's just that if you look at Waco, that's why patriots and military got so upset. They did infantry tactics. There's footage of the flare of them shooting people trying to get out. They went in and planted a bomb on the church records vault area where everybody was hiding in the concrete structure within and killed those people. So they built that big wooden compound over a concrete building. And General Parton exposed it all, how they put a bomb on it, and it showed them before they tore it down and hauled it all off to cover it up. The photos from the congressional hearing where they put the shape charge. So I'm telling you, if there were hostages in there and they burned them up, you'll never be told. They'll say Dorner did it. They won't even say a flashbang did it. It's very hard. A flashbang would have to pretty much hit gasoline for it to do what they're talking about. So I've just thrown out here real scenarios. That's what I do. I tell you what I'm really thinking, not what I want to believe, not what statistically could be even, what I know from deep research. And we're going to, I guess, let you get back to the news.
Yeah, we're going to go to your video right now. Let's go to that powerful rant that Alex recently posted on YouTube.
A prediction 2 hours ago.
A prediction.
Here it is.